Hey guys, welcome to Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. We are on day 8 of our 12 days of Christmas crafting farmhouse. Hey guys, it's Sabrina with Sabrina's Craft-nanigans. I am so glad you're here joining us today for day 8, my favorite day, farmhouse decor. This is my decor for Christmas right here. In my house, it is red and black buffalo check trucks. And then at school in my classroom, I have black and white buffalo check and it's gnomes. So I am all about the farmhouse decor. It's also all about Jesus. Jesus is the reason for the season. So I have quite a bit of that decor as well. It goes along with the farmhouse very well. I absolutely love this decor. I hope you do too. If you are, stick around. Make sure to watch. In my description box will be a playlist link to the other ladies that are doing farmhouse for day 8. Go check that out. I will also have the list linked in my first pinned comment. Also, if you go to my description box, our beautiful host ladies for this wonderful 12 days of Christmas crafting challenge that's stressful but yet so much fun. I'm having a blast with this. Are Miss Brenda from Miss Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. Did it again. Ooh, I'm getting it. And Miss Krista from Krista's Crafty Life. I want to thank both you ladies so much for letting me join on this crazy wild ride. Yeah, crazy wild ride. There we go. Words fail me. Yes. I have had a blast. I have so much fun, and I can't thank you two ladies enough for being such mentors and it's such inspiration. You guys, make sure you go click those playlist links in my description box and my pinned comment. Also, I will have the list. Today's 785, 8 will be there, but 7654321 in case you missed any of our other days. We only have a few more days to go, only few more crafts, and then you never know what happens after this playlist is over. But we hope you guys are enjoying. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. Today's farmhouse day. Leave us a pig, a cow, or whatever. Yeah, I know there's lots of farm animals in those emojis. I use them all the time, especially the cow one because I love my heifers. And give us just even a heart. And then make sure you subscribe. If you go up, if you're on your TV, click your up on your remote. You'll see our picture to the right. Go over, click on it, then just click over again and hit subscribe. Boom. These ladies in this playlist deserve it. Go check out all these ladies. Give them a like, subscribe, give them a quick comment, even if it's just an emoji. Share out with your friends. Go check out Brenda and Krista's YouTube channels as well. All of these ladies here are wonderful and amazing and extremely talented. I will see you guys back. Well, may not see you, but I'll talk with you guys here in just a bit. I hope you like what you see. Give me a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, whatever feels like you feel like doing. You just bring it on. I hope you're ready for some farmhouse decor. I'll talk to you guys later. Love ya. Bye. Okay, guys, we're going to start with 2 of these boards from the Dollar Tree and 3 painting sticks. I'm going to take the twine off. Both of those boards from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take some wood glue and put it in the middle right there to stick those 2 pieces together. And then I'm going to glue one of those painter sticks to the back. So I'm just strictly using wood glue on the edge of that right there. I'm going to mush them, line them up together, push while I'm holding and pushing those together. I'm going to take one of the painting sticks, put a little wood glue, and then also some hot glue. So we got a permanent hold and a temporary hold right on that strip where they connect. That's all I'm putting on that side. Now, wiping this side off, getting some of the crusties and stuff off. Now I'm going to take the other 2 painter sticks and put them on each end. And we always know with the painter sticks, there's a little dip. So I'm making sure on one side the dip is at the top and on the other side the dip is at the bottom. I used the wood glue and the hot glue. Wood glue came from the Dollar Tree, by the way. Okay, I'm taking my little finger sander and I'm making sure that those grooves to make it look like shiplap are a little bit smoother because being from Dollar Tree, they're pretty rough and I wanted to get those dug out. I took my plaster Waverly chalk paint from Walmart and I gave that whole thing 1 coat. That's all I gave it was 1 coat. And then I have this wall decal that was from Walmart, but I got it at Goodwill for only $2. but I think they're pretty cheap, even just getting it from Walmart. Now, I was showing you in that picture, since I'm getting behind already, that there was like a grayish brownish around the black of the cross that's on the wall decal. And so the Mineral Waverly chalk paint matched that perfect. So what I'm doing now is I took that and my just a chippy brush from the Dollar Tree, and I am just distressing it a little. I distressed it a little bit more on those painter sticks. And then I'm also getting some smaller distressing brushes, chippy brushes, whatever brushes, and going in those shiplap lines right there, the grooves. And then I'm just taking a little bit of a wipey and kind of wiping off some of the excess. So here is our wall decal. Beautiful. I love this. I was so excited to find this. And I don't know if they still have this or not at Walmart. But so this was a hot mess, but I cut a lot of that out for you. I decided first, before I do anything, let me take a measurement and find the center. So that's what I did right there. And then I started, I can't just slap this on there. Let me look at what the picture looks like on the box. So I thought, okay, so the pine cone is about in the center. So I'm lining the pine cone up on my line and keeping it down toward the bottom. So I make sure. Now, I am not sticking this all the way down, because it pulls up, but if you really press it down good, it's probably not going to pull up. So I'm just barely laying it down. And then see, because like with that side, I realized, oh, wait, I got to put the cross on first because some of the leaves overlap and are on top of the cross. So that's kind of why I was very glad I did not just go ahead and stick those flat down. So make sure when you're placing these on, just place them down. They will pull off a little bit, but if you press those suckers on good, yeah, they might come off, but it probably won't be pretty. So I never had pushed these on really good all the way. I just barely set them on there. Now, here I go through a bunch of shenanigans of this still isn't centered. It's driving me nuts. You can see I take my tape measure because I wanted to have the same space from one end of the foliage to the end of the board, and I just kept moving this back and forth because that's who I am. So I finally decided to mark, okay, the edge of the greenery needs to be right there to make it even on both sides. So once that was done, I decided, okay, now I know this is good. So now I'm rubbing this down really, 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 really good. And we got that. And that looks pretty centered. Look, double checking. Not that I could do anything about it, but I had to erase my pencil mark I made because that was showing through the clearish wall decal. Anyway, so here we go. So now it looks pretty centered for the most part, right? Yeah, it does. So they had the Christmas kind of divided into two pieces. I'm using my shiplap lines to kind of guide myself. So you see how that C is right against the edge. Well, now we're going to put the muss on, and I'm going to line it up, and I'm thinking, holy crap. Sorry, apologize, whichever. Look at all that space on the other side. It looks centered, but it's not centered. Oh my gosh, so I'm flipping out right about now, right? But it's already stuck down. The cross and the leaves were already stuck down, and so was the Chris. So the muss was, there was no getting that back up. So I'm in panic mode right now, but I'm going to go ahead and carry on. We can do this. So I'm taking my Mary there, and I'm just, again, using my shiplap lines, words, oh my Lanta. And I got that on there. That was pretty easy. Now I decided, okay, so there's a lot of snowflakes on this. So I'm going to take these snowflakes and use them to my advantage. And I'm not even looking at the box anymore at this point, because apparently the box didn't help me too much. But anyway, so I'm just taking the snowflakes and filling in that wide gap over on the right-hand side. And then there's some medium ones, there's some little ones, there's some tiny ones, two different things. Now, I didn't use them all, so I'm putting those up and I'm going to save them. But at that made me happy. That didn't look too bad. I'm okay with that. We're good. Now, I'm going to go back to that mineral chalk paint, and I'm going to distress over the top of the decal. This made it kind of blend in, but it did kind of show the edges of the decal, as you can see. But it did put some distressing on the decal itself. So I was happy. Now, this was some things I had in my stash that my great friend Shelly gave me. I guess they're napkin rings to put on your napkins since it was round like that. I'm going to cut that off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the corners where the dips are in the painter sticks. So I'm kind of just cut the end off of that. I fluffed it out. See See where the dips are? I'm just going to hot glue those on right there in the crook. Okay, that's what I'm showing you. We're a ton of hot glue on the board, ton of hot glue on the foliage there, and it's like just some pine, some holly leaves, 2 pine cones, and some berries were all in that. So I got those 2 glued on, and it's not too bad. I'm happy with it. It was a good thing that I did the bottom with the dip in the paintbrush on that side where I had the wide gap, because that greenery also helped fill that in and take your eye away from it. Okay, I'm just hot gluing a thicker jute twine than what we normally use to the back of this. I had these little wood slats in my stash, and I glue the twine down, and then I glue one of these pieces of wood stick on top of that, pushing it down. I'm happy now. I'm happy. We're okay. I had a sigh of relief, and then just cutting those ends off, and then there we go, because I don't want the cord I don't want you to be able to see the cord when I hang it. Okay, here's project number 2. So, of course, we've seen these at Dollar General for $1. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Cricut weeding tool here that is great for a multitude of things. I'm going to get those staples started because they were stapled to the chicken wire. And then once I got them pulled out, I then took my pliers to rip them all the way out. I'm just sanding the back and the front of the little cow to get rid of kind of the roughed up where the holes were and all that good stuff. Now, I found this red and black buffalo plaid that you know I love at Hobby Lobby the other day. This is something new. I did line both of those up. I used my very dull rotary cutter to cut a chunk of that out. I'm going to Mod Podge these guys on. And Mr. Moo Cow got lots of Mod Podge, so he got to share with Mr. Chicken and Mr. Pig. And I'm just making sure I especially get down. Now, you can see I'm taking a wipey right here, and I'm kind of getting in between the legs and the edges, because I don't want the Mod Podge on the edges of the animal. You'll see why here in a minute. I got all those glued down. I'm going to my Cricut design space to design. I just did some text. I did this completely on my own. Took some white vinyl. I'm using my paper transfer tape. And this one says, bacon a list. Guess who's going on that one? And yeah, we're having a hot mess disaster right here, folks. Yeah. I don't know why I had trouble sticking, but it was having trouble sticking. So that one said bacon a list, and this one says chicken it twice. I found the chicken it twice in a photo on Cricut Design Space, but I made up the bacon a list. Because it did say make it a list, chicken it twice. But I thought, ooh, if I put the pig with it, bacon a list. Oh, yeah. And then the moo cow, I just put a mooey and bright. So now that those guys, just making sure that the Mod Podge was dry, we're going to cut them apart. You can see I got some fire. I like fire. So I'm going to cut some extra of the white scrapping paper off. So there's not a lot. And then I'm going to take my lighter, and this didn't go as well as I thought it would. It didn't go bad, but I've done this technique with like napkins, and that goes quick, like zoom. This being, I guess, a thicker cardstock, and it also had like a shiny film on it. And yes, I've got water near me. Don't panic, don't panic. But anyway, it worked pretty good. I just took a small fingernail file, a small emery board from the Dollar Tree. This helped you get kind of in between little tiny spaces like his legs. And you saw how I was showing you there was some white left on the edge. That's where I did not get Mod Podge off. So that's why I was trying to wipe that off earlier, so that the paper, when it burned, didn't stick to it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so now that I've got everything filed and sanded, I'm using my iron to reseal them back down. And now I'm showing you this white stuff that somehow appeared on it after I did that. Is there a wrong side to parchment paper? I didn't think there was. I've never had that happen. So I thought, let me put another coat of Mod Podge on. I got to seal it anyway. Well, that didn't work. You can even see it from here that there's white on top of the pig. So let's try something else. We're not going to admit defeat yet. I took my antique wax. I distressed those really good, and it ended up being a happy accident. They looked so good. It took that shine off of it, and I got those edges good, and it looked so good. Then I went to the frames with my antique wax by Waverly, so you can kind of tell the difference there, that it did darken it up a little bit and took that bright white shine out of it. Looks more farmhousey to me. Now I'm just taking a regular stapler. I tried to use, you see my bigger stapler up there in the corner, but I didn't have any nails that were small enough so that they wouldn't go through all the way through to the other side. So I had no choice but to use my regular stapler, which you could see I had a grand time with that. But I got those staples in for the most part. At least they're not poking out the front like my big one was doing. And I'm just taking bits of my paper that I'm using to paint on and covering, putting glue on top of the staples and then put some paper on top of that just to kind of give it some little extra security. Now I wanted some ribbon on it, and this is some wired ribbon that I had in my stash. It looks like it's from Walmart. And it's black and red and it's got white. Well, there's that bright white again, but we're going to fix that. I'm showing you how to make a finger bow right here. You can slow this down if you want. I'm making 3 loops. You come around, down, under, over, through the loop. Remember, you can slow it down. Go watch Kathy Jo if you want to know how to make a good bow. She the bow queen right there. So, yep, right there I was showing you it was from Walmart. I'm going to just angle the ends of my bow. Now, what I'm going to do, I was going to go and start antique waxing them, but I thought, no, I better glue them down first before I do that. So I get a big old blob of hot glue there. I've got all 3 bows on. I got some jingle bells because we need some bells with some farm animals, right? So I'm just gluing those bells in the middle. Now that I got that done, now I can take my chippy brush and my antique wax, and I'm just going all over these bows. And I don't have to worry about if I get it on the animal or the frame or the white vinyl. It doesn't matter because I'm just dirtying it all up. I even flip it over to the back. I'm making sure the back gets all dirty and grungy. Even the backs of the tails. I'm even going to get inside the loops just like this right here because I want that whole thing to look grungy. And look, you can tell a huge difference compared to that other one that's up there right above it. And that look, I was just so pleased and happy with that. It looks like dirty old farmhouse. It's perfect. Exactly what I like. I'm just taking the end of another brush here and I'm kind of rolling and twisting the end so that since this was wired, it kind of just sticks out and I didn't want it to do that. So, and I also put some antique wax on my bell. So see there, you can see the difference. I was really, really happy with that. So that all ended up being a happy accident. That white stuff that ended up on my animals from using the iron. Here we go, guys. Here's our shiplap $2 Dollar Tree boards that I put together, painted in plaster with some mineral chalk paint to distress it. I love the way this turned out. And ooh, that Walmart decal. Ooh, if they still have that, I want to go grab some more. But I found it at Goodwill, so I don't know how old it is, really. And here's our other little farmhouse decor signs from Dollar General. Baking a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. You might be mooey and bright. That's the adventures of my singing, guys. I hope you guys liked day 8 of Farmhouse today. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit those notification bells. Love y'all.